Greetings Gothlings, welcome to Gothgirljournals. I'm Mina and I'm so happy that you could join me. Welcome to any new people that have joined, thank you. And welcome to everyone who's been here a while, and thank you to you too for your support. I'm very happy to have you here. Today I'm doing day 10 of #CreepOnJune, hosted by Tracy Fox. All the links and info is down below. Alright, let's get crafting. So the prompt for day 10 comes from the poem called The Village. In these rapid, restless shadows, once I walked at eventide, when a gently silent maiden walked in beauty at my side. Okay, this is quite a long poem. So today I took a little bit of inspiration from Jodie Lewis. She's the on the official collaboration, and she did day 10. So I took a little bit of inspiration from that, but made it very much my own. Okay, so this was what came along with the prompt. It's like a triple tag that was all attached. I've gone ahead and backed it with, I dyed this paper with fabric dye, I think it was. We're just gonna get into it. I've marked here where I want to score, and then I will explain what I'm doing. You could do this fold without a scoreboard because I'm scoring straight down the middle of these two end tags. I just am really bad at folding, so I thought I would score first. I'm going to fold these. Am I folding them in? Yes, I am. So I'm still going to kind of measure so they go, you know, to the end. So it goes to half. And then hopefully my score line will also help me out a little bit here to make it nice and straight. There we go. And then this guy over here. Today's story, the poem talks a little bit about love and brides and things. I have decided to bring back Dr. Victor Frankenstein's monster, this time with his bride. So it's kind of like their little love story. I'm going to put that aside for a second. What I want to do next is I want to fold this paper into, I'm not sure what the fold is called, but like you'll see what it looks like. And I have gone ahead and embossed this paper with this embossing folder. So you just pop your paper in there. You must remember to squirt it with some water, and then you just feed it through your Sizzix. I have a badly failed attempt here because I did not squirt it with water, and it actually completely cuts out almost like a die into the paper, so that's not fun. Okay, I'm going to try and make it obvious as to where the folds are and how to do this, because it can be a little bit tricky. It took me a couple of practice rounds to get these folds right. Well, actually not the folds, sort of like the final folding it together. The initial folds are very easy. So we're gonna fold it in half. Yes, I need to give measurements for this one. This is 14 by 14. It's a square, 14 centimeters by 14 centimeters. I am not sure what that is in inches. Sorry. And now I will say that I realized this may turn out to be a dud, because I realized that this is it wasn't a good idea to emboss this with having to do these intricate folds, because now the paper is kind of weakened. There's sort of divots and things everywhere. Okay, then I'm folding the halves in another half. It doesn't matter if you do it in or out, the paper needs to be able to fold both ways. So I'm just choosing to fold it this way, but you're just folding the half in half again. That is all I'm doing. So now, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. These need to be really burnished, is the word burnished, like really pressed down. Like they need to know this is what we need to do. When we are called to fold this way, we must fold this way without question. which, as you can see, is not ideal for the embossing I did. I thought it would be cute because this is most like a little secret-ish, you know, little writing note folded paper, because I'm trying to put more writing space in here. But yeah, it's not ideal to do this. So if you're doing this, I highly suggest you don't emboss. Okay, now I'm putting these so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's not, this is not part of the like artistic process, but you can kind of see it a bit better now, the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you just do the exact same thing, but the other way. Okay, so now we have 4, 8, 12, 16 squares. Okay, now what we're going to do is fold each corner, not all the way up to the other corner, but to the little crisscross that's the bottom of the diamond of the corner. So like that. And then I actually think I'm going to do it this way so I can see. No, I'll do it this way. Once you do that, you are not going to squash the whole thing down. You just need to squash down one square. So as you can see, this square is getting cut diagonally across. That is what you need to squish down, so it doesn't go all the way. So like this, and I just kind of like guesstimate, like I do a little bit and then I have a look, and that's more or less it. So just that part, not here or here. And you do that on all 4 sides, that exact thing, all 4 corners. So now you have a diamond kind of in the middle of your square. Now I'm very worried this is not going to work. If it doesn't, I'm just going to take a normal piece of paper to do it, because it does kind of like a bit of a quack fold, and this paper is just all over the place because of the embossing. Okay, so after you've made sure that these lines are in there, all of them, what you're going to do is you're going to hold it like that, like a diamond, so that your inner square is facing you like a square. Okay, then what we want to do is we want to fold this line in, but we're going to do that by pushing over here on this cross like that. Okay, so I'm pushing this in, this is folding and this is folding. Okay, so push, and then I've almost folded the square down, like doubled it over. Then we're going to turn and we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're folding this line over, we're pushing this in to make a foldy over square. So like that. Okay, then we've got another square. We turn it again. We are doing the same thing again. We are folding this line over and we are pushing here to make another square. Now this is where it gets a little bit more difficult. So we're pushing in. So this technically needs to go this way. I'm just repositioning it. I didn't do any folding, I just pushed that so it was in. So we're folding still here, we're pushing on this cross, and we're making our third foldy over square. So we've got 1, 2, 3 squares that are like double folded. And then the very last one kind of should go in on its own. I don't know if it will with this paper. We're doing the exact same thing. We're folding and we're pushing on the X. Okay, so okay, kind of went in on its own. So when you are done, you should have 4 squares on the top. I'm very surprised this worked with this paper. 4 squares on the top, and on the back you should have a diamond. You can see that here. And that's just to make it pretty and interesting. So, you know, the more you open and close this paper, the more it gets trained. Oh, see, I'm tearing it apart. And it does it on its own. So then you'll pull to opposite corners to open, and then you'll close it again. So gonk, 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 like that. Okay, so that is our secret note. I'm going to put that to the side. Now we're going to make a thing to hold our secret note. This is, if you are interested, this is 7 centimeters by 21. Now, the reason I chose especially the 21 along the long side is you are going to be folding these two into 3 equal squares. So obviously 21 divides into 3. I've measured 777, and I'm going to score this as well on those marks. I'm scoring at 7 centimeters, and then from here the next 7 centimeters, or 14 centimeters from the beginning. These two are going to crisscross, and you're going to stick down the middle of one onto the middle of the other. So I'm going to choose these. Now you first need to check that these can both close over quite comfortably, because you might have to trim it a bit. So these need to close comfortably and not get stuck, and these need to close comfortably and not get stuck. So this one is getting stuck here. What I'm going to do is, ever so slightly, just a sliver, I'm going to take off of this edge. I'm not measuring anything. I'm literally just a teensiest bit. I'm just removing. That's it. So you can see how thin that is. It's just a tiny bit. Okay, this one was under, because I want the lighter color on top. Okay, so this is going to be one of those, this is going to hold this, by the way. So if you are doing your own measurements, this suddenly looks too big, and I planned this and it wasn't. In fact, there was more than enough space in here. I don't know what went wrong with my measurements. Anyway, so this one needs to be folded in half again, just the end bits. This is going to be one of those, I don't know, you may have seen it, where it's like a heart that comes through to 2 of the slits and like opens, and that's your closure. Except I'm going to use like a very metal goth kind of butterfly closure instead of a heart. Okay, so basically this is it. So your letters in there. This is the butterfly that I'm using. I just like it. It's got like skulls in it and it's see-through. So we need that stuck on here. And I'm going to cut it in half. I've done this wrong. Sorry. These fold out, not in. Sorry, so they fold exactly like I did fold them initially, but just out. So just remember that you need to pull it open like this. So you need to have something to grab here so it folds out. I apologize for that. You are putting, see, it can be a heart or a butterfly. Symmetrical shapes work better. Why can't I figure this out? Oh, it's this way. You are going to stick this as close as you can to the end here on both sides. So one here, one here. So now when it's stuck down, we are going to cut it around the wings. I'll show you how we do that. So on the fold here, we cut up to the butterfly, both top and bottom, and then we just kind of cut it out. Cut out the shape. Here's the Flutterbuys. What's going to happen now is we're going to have a slit cut in here and a slit cut in here, and they are going to close over each other with the wings coming through it so that the wings keep everything closed. So now we need to work out how long to make the slit. So first of all, let's figure out the middle of this, and measuring for me is the bane of my existence, but we have to do it. So this was 7, so 3.5 there, and 3.5. I mean, this is much smaller than 7. I can see the problem now. Okay, so that is the middle. So basically the slit is going to go, I'm going to rub this out. I just want this for, you know, measurement purposes. It definitely, you do not need to draw a line right down the middle. But the slit is going to go here in terms of side distance, like that is the middle. But you're obviously not going to cut the whole thing. You're going to cut it just enough for your butterfly wings to go through. So I do this instead of kind of measuring my wings. You need to cut from where it, like the widest point of whatever you're doing, whether it's a heart or a butterfly. So there to kind of there, that's the widest that it goes out. There we go. So you've got like a little slit. Then we're going to do the same on this side. Let's give this a try. Now I don't actually remember which one was my top, which one was my bottom. Okay, let's give this a try. Put the wings together and get this through. Ooh. Okay, so now it went through. Then we take this one. Bottom wings go through first, and then top wings go through. Perfect. Then we open the wings, and there's our closure. So when we want to open, we squish wings together. We open this one, open this one. Okay, my shape is just a bit of a challenge. Yours should open easier, and we are open and ready. So that's stuck there. I am going to make kind of like a corset gatefold is what I would call it. I am first going to cut the corset shape. So I'm just using something rounded. So basically that. So I've done like a semicircle. Then it should theoretically meet at the same place here when you go around. I'm now going to cut that. I like this whole, like, it's just like, I like unusual shapes. So, dun dun dun. I'm going to do a type of corset tie. Almost like a faux one. So because if you do a full one, you can't really get it open, and it's a lot of effort, and they go across each other. So I'm going to use two different things. I'm going to use an eyelet, and I am going to do 4 brads. I am going to be putting the eyelet and the brads through here. So not through here, even though it's folded together. I'm going on a wing and a prayer that this is going to work. There we are. So now we have those. So now we're ready to do our cover stuff for this. This is a song called Juanita, and I liked it because it talks about if we should part, ask thy soul if we should part, my heart, my fair bride. So it's kind of really fitting for here. On the other side is the poem Night. So it's all about the night, which it makes sense because they are kind of creatures of the night. They kind of move in the night because they essentially are scary to most people, you know, seen as monsters. So their time of meeting is during the night. So now the brads are covered. Let's do the eyelets. I'm gonna pop this guy in here. I might decorate it at some point. This is going to go in here. Now, let's have a look at our other ephemera. So we've got this. This is the part that was inspired by Jody. I've just got a little tag there in case I need. This is kind of like a bookmark. We've got a purple butterfly. We have a cemetery, which is like where they meet. We have the heart in a jar. I've just got this in case we need decoration. We've got that. We've got, I quite like this. It's a heart, and then one is a skeleton hand, one's a normal hand, and it's been stapled together, and it's like a bleeding heart. I thought it was stunning. Another purple moth, and then my sayings, release the crafting again. Nyctophilia, love of darkness or night, finding relaxation or comfort in the darkness, which is what they do. These are the two images from the kit that I chose for this one. I've got these little bits. I've got dark gothic. I've got some flowers. I've got another saying, Cordolium, which is heartache, heartfelt sorrow. I've got midnight, that's when they meet, and I've got a pretty rose. And then I might use this, or I've got some other options for the closure. With the envelope, what Jody did, which I liked a lot, was she cut the triangle off. This will need to go at the bottom, the very bottom over here, and then this will go here. Okay. There we go. We've got our envelope. Then this is going to get glued down over here. I just want to see something. So that's going to close there. That's going to close there. Oh wow, that's so cool. So it's just going to close over the butterfly wings. Nice. What do we think? Nice, nice. Then these go in here. We do number 1, number 2. There's the two lovers. And then a heart between them. Oh, I love that. This I made to stick over this lady. I didn't want her there. I do not want you there, lady. Sorry. So now I need to think very carefully how I'm going to secure. I really did not think this through. How I'm going to secure this here. Stinky glue. Let's, you know, when in doubt, stinky glue. Alright, so I think I'm done. I've inked stuff, I've stuck things down that were refusing to get stuck down. Got the back here with the pretty flutterby that kind of lifts. These have stuck down very well, so stinky glue is for the win here. put a little diamante thing there. I've put this raven holding an eye and this raven here, so we bring in the ravens. You guys have seen my 3 little tags. Let's open this guy again. There you go, so you pull, da-dun. This is living its best life in here. And we whoosh, whoosh. So this is like a really nice amount of writing space, which was direly needed in this very strange journal that I'm making for here. There's that, there's that. Remember, you can do this in any order, up, down, down, up. Let's put our tags back in. And then here we've got our prompt. Here we close, we've got the broken heart. We close again. And now I'm going to show you how I imagined this. I did not even try this off camera, mind you. So we are discovering together whether this is going to be a huge disaster or if it's going to work. Okay, so in my brain, these were going to crisscross like a corset here and here. And this guy here and here. And then you just tie a bow at the bottom. So if you're going to do this, I would find like a really good, very, very thin ribbon. And then, yeah. And there we are. So guys, that's it for my day 10. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please pop me a like, write me a comment, tell me where you're from, tell me what part you're enjoying, if there's anything specific you'd like to see, or if you want to say slow down or speed up or boring or less music, more music. I'm very open to feedback. Thank you so much. I cherish you guys, and I'll see you for day 11. Farewell.